Welcome to lesson 21. This is polygons. The polygons are flat, enclosed shapes that have straight line segments. Most shapes that you know are polygons. Okay? A triangle is a polygon. A square is a polygon. They're flat. Okay? They have enclosed space. You can't, if you were to put something in, it wouldn't get out. Okay? And it's made of straight line segments. Now, I could violate that rule and make something that's not a polygon by taking away parts of that definition. For one, this one, it's not enclosed anymore, so it's not a polygon, right? It has an opening. If I were to close it back up and put a curved line, it's no longer a polygon. Polygons need to have all line segments around the side, straight line segments. And the other one we said was it can't be three-dimensional, right? So you can't have a shape like this. It's no longer a polygon. It's 3D. Okay, so that is the definition of a polygon. Now, there's something else you need to know about polygons. There are similar polygons and there's congruent polygons. Okay? Similar, well, let's actually talk about congruent first. Congruent means exactly the same size, exactly the same shape, exactly the same angles. I can't draw perfectly, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay? As best as I can really quick, those are congruent. They're the exact same shape, exact same size, exact same angles. Okay? So you might get an assignment that says, draw a triangle congruent to that one. Best you can, draw one exactly the same size, shape, and angles. Okay? You don't go, oh, that's a small triangle. I'll draw another small triangle. No, that's a different triangle that I just drew. Okay? You don't draw a different one. It has to be exactly the same size, like you're copying a picture. Now, similar would be if you had the picture and you wanted to enlarge it or make it smaller. So you have to take that exact shape, the exact angles, but enlarge it to a different size. So you're only changing how big or small the object is. So these two triangles are similar. I could shrink this one to look like this one, and I could enlarge this one to look like this one. Okay? In your book, I believe you're supposed to draw two rectangles that are similar, but not congruent. So this one, I need to enlarge to make it look similar, but still have the same shape and angles. So this triangle, these two rectangles are pretty similar as best as I could, really quick without actually measuring, right? So that's what's similar and congruent. Another thing that's interesting about polygons is that however many sides there are, that's how many angles you have. So right, triangle is 3 sides, right? There's also 3 angles. A rectangle is 4 sides, right? There are 4 right angles. Okay? And where the two lines meet, where the two line segments meet, that's where you have a vertex. And multiple would be vertices. So there are 4 vertices in this shape. There's 3 vertices here, forming 3 angles. Okay? We'll talk about angles a lot more later. But right now, let's get into the types of polygons you should know. Okay? First polygon you should know is triangle. That's 3 sides, right? We already talked about that. Okay, that's 3 sides. 4 sides, now you might want to call it a rectangle or a square. That's not necessarily true just yet. A 4-sided polygon is called a quadrilateral. Okay? Quad, think of it like 4, like tricycle, could be 3, right? A tricycle, triangle means 3. Quad, the root for quadrilateral means 4. Picture it like when you go riding on a 4-wheeler at the desert or something. That's a quadrilateral, 4 sides. Okay? 5 sides is a pentagon, which, if I change the shape a little bit, it would look similar to our pentagon, okay, in the United States. Okay? 5 sides, think of the Pentagon building. 6. And I don't need to draw all these, they're all on your homework. But 6 sides would be a hexagon. And think of hexagon as the one with the X in it, and the word 6 has an X in it. Okay? Now 7, I don't really have a trick to remembering 7, but a 7-sided figure is a heptagon with a P. Heptagon. So if you come up with some really cool way to remember that 7 means heptagon, come and tell me. That would be great. Okay? 8 would be an octagon, right? Like a stop sign. Now these don't have to be in these same forms, right? To be these same, they just need that many sides. Okay? I could have drawn this hexagon like this. Okay? Now that is a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Okay? I'm just drawing the typical ones that you usually see. So an octagon, you usually see a stop sign. An octopus, 8 tentacles. Octagon, 8 sides. 1, 2, 3. I could change this to like this. 1, 2, 3. Alright? It's a jaw-dropping Pac-Man or something. It still has 8 sides, therefore it's an octagon. Okay? Now we're going to skip 9. 10-sided shape. Well, I'm not going to draw it, because it's going to take forever. But a 10-sided shape is a decagon. And how many years are in a decade? 10 years. Deca, the root word, means 10. So remember, a decade is 10 years. A decagon has 10 sides. And then the next one that you should know, skip 11, is 12. And that is a dodecagon. It has a D-O in front of decagon. So it's very similar to the 10, but it has a little bit extra, and it also has a little bit extra sides as well. All right? Make sure you commit those to memory. You should know those shapes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 12. All right? And if you have any questions about polygons, come and see me.